Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I tinker with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. This video also has tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. So, thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the day with Red Baron, boy. We're about to put a performance fuel pump in Red Baron. Should keep the fuel pressure steady. We don't know how old the fuel pump is that's in here. And we're also going to respell Red Baron. Hey, if you got a name, spell it the way you want. Everybody, people whining about it being 2 R's. I mean 3 R's. So we're going to take Baron off from here. Put red 1 R Baron on there, both sides, fix that, and then see what else we can get into. Maybe do a data log, stuff like that. I forgot the bumpers, so we ain't gonna put that on today, probably tomorrow morning, and keep pressing forward. We suspect that this vehicle has a weak fuel pump. Ooh-ah. Look how close those cars are, and that design still allows you to open that thing. Now, if you're doing performance mods and you don't have the history of the fuel pump, probably want to go ahead and replace it. You're going to need it. Also, if you're having fuel pump issues, do not think that putting more fuel in the tank is going to help the fuel pump work more. That does not make sense. The fuel pump's on the bottom of the tank. It's sucking up fuel. If the fuel pump's going out, adding more fuel in the tank's not going to help it no more than if you got a fan in the house. You got a little table fan or floor fan that's not working good. Bringing that outside and turning it on outside is not going to make that work no better. So get that out of your head. Some mechanic shops will actually charge you more for more gas they got to drain out of the tank when they do the pump. I know I would, or I would just pump all your gas out, put it in my car. Anyway, don't do that. You want your fuel tank level as low as possible when you're going to replace the pump. Comprende? Don't do that. It's happening every day. Don't do it. If you got a fuel pump issue, don't fill the tank up max capacity. Matter of fact, if you fill your fuel tank up past 1 click on the pump, you could damage the evaporator system and your purge valve. So don't do that either. Don't overfill the fuel tank. So let's go ahead, get this fuel pump out, swap it out, go from there. To get rid of the 3rd row seat, somebody want to trade that or offer me to ship it to them, let me know. We're going to get another. And this here, access to the fuel panel, the fuel tank access. It's not a sending unit. That pump actually doesn't look old, maybe just insufficient. We're going to pull it out and put the performance one in. We got the Whirlpool pump DW, I think 200. That's the lot number there. And I'm gonna get this thing installed. The tuner recommended a longer hose than the one supplied. We don't want to have the hose come off in the tank, mess you up. And there it is. DW 200, 255 LPHs, 40 PSI. Push the hose off there, release the tabs there, and unplug the pump. We're going to go ahead and pull this out. It should pull right out now. Pried the sock off. It popped over there. Now this should just pull right out. Sometimes these pumps that you get to replace them are bigger than this hole, and you have to cut some of that plastic away. So we'll see what's going on with this one. So here is a Bosch pump. It's got 79119 on there, and the long Bosch number, it's got 0 space 580 space 453 space 420. We're going to compare it with the one we already put on. It's a little larger, not much. You see the connection area is about 10% taller, and the pump is a little wider. Seems like maybe 10% wider. We're going to hit it with a caliper real quick, drop it in here, and get this show on the road. The stock pump is 1.5, 1.5. You might see it there, maybe a little more. The replacement pump, you can start seeing the first of the 6, so just barely bigger. It's 40, I guess that's millimeters. OEM one is 38 millimeters. These pumps are almost the same height. However, the hose supplied with the new pump is pretty short. Now these are special hoses. They can be submerged in fuel. You don't want to use this short hose. It could come off the pump, then you're messed up. I got another pump, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is the normal pressure, the normal pump came off of. But this is a longer hose. We're going to take this hose off of this and use 2 clamps to keep it on the pump in the housing. The connection on the pump is the same, and the polarity is in the same direction. With it like this, plus on the left, minus on the right, and it looks like it has the same connection, so that should just snap right in. Now this plastic wrapper, it looks like, on this, I don't think it needs to be on this pump in the tank, so I'm gonna peel that off and go ahead and put this line on here. Pump will not slide in there, so I'm going to cut this piece of plastic right here, which should allow that expansion to happen to get it in here. So let me go ahead and get my snips and cut that thing. Alright, I snipped the little black brass ring. You could, I guess, put a zip tie on that if you want to try to double support it. I got it cut the whole way through. Now I'm going to slide the pump in there. It should slide in there, and put the hose on it and put it back in that compartment. The sock had little nubs on it that was stopping it from going down on the pump as much as I wanted it to. I think the frame of this is a little thicker than they anticipated, so I took the knife and I trimmed these 2 pegs off of it, one there and one there, so that the sock could fit on it a little bit further. And then it's got a little clip ring somewhere blowing around that I'm gonna put on there to secure the sock on the bottom of the pump. I used a little 5/32 socket to push that clip on there, so the sock is held in place. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the hose on this lower side. I got those clamps with the worm clamp. I think this Oakley clamp tool will get that on there. So let me go ahead and get that together. I got the OEM clamp all the way on the bottom of the hose, and then the other clamp did fit. We're gonna take this off, put the worm clamp on, then slide this on, then put it in the housing. We are ready to rock and roll. Here we go. We got 2 clamps down there, 2 clamps up there. We are ready to drop this thing in, fire this up, and go race some Lamborghinis. I bet you they're gonna hide. They're not even gonna be on the road today. They're gonna be hiding from Red Baron. If you'll make your job easier, IPD sells these for Volvo tank lid remover. IPD sells them for about 28 bucks. Throw it in your stocking stuffer. These are the needle nose I use to get under the line, to pull those lines up off of there. If you try to use something that can't hook under there, you're probably gonna mess up your lining. So we're all done. Put that cap on there, got that taped up, got these tucked in where they need to be, and we're about to go racing. And it fired right up. Got AFRs, all kind of stuff going on. Next up, we're gonna get this charge piping adapter off of here. Since it doesn't have no nub, I'm gonna take the bottom clamp off, top clamp off, take that apart. We got a hose that's this size. I'm gonna slide it under that hose down there. I think that'll work. So let me take that apart and get rolling on that. You guys may remember on Red Baron, the over the engine pipe with the connection didn't fit. It's about 1.5 inches short, this 3 inch. So what I did, I took 2 inches of a exhaust pipe, put it inside there, maybe 2.75, then I put a hose on top of it, and I had that extension which made it really an inch higher than it should have been. So we ordered a 6-inch 3-inch pipe that will hook on over the engine pipe, but it doesn't fit over the turbo. It's too big. So we're going to cut the piece, I guess it's maybe 2-inch ID, cut this here, slide it on the turbo, then I cut this to 4.5 inches, the proper size, used the caliper to measure it, wherever that went. Oh, it's over there. And we're going to slide this piece of hose on the turbo, then slide this over that. It has a little bit of slack, but we tested it. We put a clamp on there, and we was able to clamp it down tight enough so that we could not pull that off of that turbo. So that's what we're about to do. Take this 3-inch adapter, cut it, put it over the turbo, put this over that, clamp it, clamp that on the OTE pipe, and that'll lower the profile on our over the engine pipe and make it so it shouldn't slide off, because we got those flared edges on both ends of the pipe. Time to knock this fuel filter off. I'm gonna pull that line. I pulled that 12 bolt there so I could slide the new one in, and I got the line on the back side. So I asked Andrew for a damn drip pad. He gave me the top of his toolbox. That might be enough. Rollover valve hose broke there, and it's broke down there. It's a funny hose. It's got 2 different sizes on both ends, but we need to replace both of those. They're jacked up on this car. Sitting at 14, floating around, man, from 14 to 15, but over here I'm floating from 16 to 18 almost. Alright, I'm gonna read off the gauge while you're seeing the computer. 14, 14.5, 15, 8, 16, 15, 14, 14.5, 15, 16, 1, 14, 1, 13, 9, 16, 2. I don't know what it's doing over here. 14, 15, 13, 15, 14, 15, 14, 15, 3, 14, 15, 6, 14, 2. Here we are, folks, coming to get somebody apart from 2 stacks. Jack even got them stacked at the entrance and full of engines and stuff. 2 stack jacks. I'm just gonna grab this fog light and roll. I'm gonna swing by Nordic. I think they got like 3 or 4 850s. They getting ready to send down here, or to the crusher somewhere. I want to check. Maybe I could buy one of those or get some parts off of them if I need them. Trim stuff, door panels, stuff like that for Red Baron. So I didn't see my door panels before I left there. Anyway, I'm gonna check out of here as quick as I can, swing by Nordic, and then get back by the house, have lunch, and ship some parts off to some people. Down the wrong road. Didn't see no Volvos. I said, shoot, I almost went down the wrong road. Also checked these 99 S70s for this hose that my buddy in Chicago needs. That's a 98. It's a 99 NA. Hose on top of the engine. Here's this fog light I'm going to try to grab real quick. I need this door panel to get on the ground and get it. Looks kind of low. Got busted his. It's got a couple 8mm behind it. Dang, look like I need an extension to reach that thing. Or pull this bumper off, one or the other. Let me get at it. Got it. This was actually the best tool to use because I didn't have a 3-inch extension for my ratchet. So let me get out of here. Gotta roll. This car actually has a good door and a good fender for red cherry. Maybe hood too. My guy needs this tube right here, but I can never find one that's not busted. Running under the fuel rail over to the air box. I was able to get it off without tearing it, so I'm gonna let him know I got it. Send it to him if he wants it. Like I said, I can scale up, man. See how much I weigh? This is like my light riding weight. Get up here. See how much I weigh. He said I could weigh my car. Here we go, people. 36.80. 285 a gallon, Cincinnati, Ohio, 93. Got the seal. That didn't come off in my hand. Filling it up for my trip tomorrow. Woo woo. Over at 2 Stack Jacks, they let me weigh the car. So that was nice, fun. Trying to keep it moving. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.